Hello, hello, hello. We're doing a little video. Yesterday on this channel, I did a little ambient noodle thing, and some of you actually liked it. I like that. It's good. Got a cold, so I did a noodle to cheer myself up because when I make things, it makes me happy. And somebody said, "Hey, how'd you do that then? How'd you do that?" They didn't say it like that, but in my mind, that's how I imagine that they said it. And I'm going to let you peep behind the window. Excuse my block nose, because I'm still not well. Sympathy. Sympathy. I need your sympathy. So, what we're going to do is we're going to see how I did the thing. Because why not? Let's show you how it was done. Most importantly, he says reaching down. This is probably the most important part of the proceedings. This is the Ed O'Brien Stratocaster from that there Fender. This is the second one I've owned. The first one didn't work too well, so I was a bit curious to see, whether it was me or whether it was, whatever. And the interesting thing about this is it has what's known as a sustainer circuit in it. And what that allows you to do is got a special pickup here and some switches here that turn it on and off. And it makes the string vibrate indefinitely, infinite sustain. That's the idea. And so I was using that along with, now there's a little switchy here which allows you to have like the main sound, but then if you switch it to the other section, you get the harmonic, and it's a bit more of a shrill noise. I'm going to demonstrate that now. I'm going to put the headphones of shame on. I'm going to plug this in, and we're going to do a little demo. I'm going to talk about how I did the thing I did. All right, and hopefully this will work. This will work well because I've got the project loaded that I had yesterday. Headphones are going on. Guitar is being plugged in. I have the shortest guitar lead in the world. Seriously, it's literally very, very short, but we're all ready to rock and roll. And I suppose we need to go to extreme, so you can see what I'm doing. Desktop window. Here we go. So this is the project. Ignore that. We're not interested in that. What we're interested in is this. I use Bias FX software, and I created a patch called Slow Gear. Slow Gear is I think it was a Boss or Roland. Might have been Roland or Boss, one of those two. A pedal from the old days, and it emulates a volume swell, similar to you putting your foot on the volume pedal, or using the volume knob to gently swell the sound in. And so I created this called Slow Gear. It does that, but without you needing a volume pedal. It automatically does it, and it allows you to do these sort of noises. I shall illustrate, he says. So I just need to turn that off and turn the other effect on. So I've got to, I have to here we go. Sometimes it doesn't work. Bear with me a minute. Why aren't you working? Let me turn it off and on again. as I was saying there, it would have helped if I had the effect switched on. I didn't. But it allows you to do these. Listen. So that's the basis of all of this. It's that sound. Now, when I engage the sustainer circuit, and I will be switching from regular sound to harmonic, you will hear the sound change. It's all good stuff. All good stuff. And that's how you get that varying harmonic to enter the sound stage. But Darren, what else is going on there? Well, I'm going to tell you. What else have we got? I've also got a Shimmer Effect. This is a Shimmer Verb from Eventide, part of their H9 plugin series. And, well, it sounds like this. It adds... so again, more harmonics to the sound, but it's a reverb effect. For those of you who don't know what reverb is, it makes it sound like you're in a hall, you're in a big space. And there are varying reverbs. There are reverbs that can make you sound like you're in a very small room, in a big wooden room, or maybe even a big cathedral, or even in a cave. That's what reverb tends to do. Now, this Shimmer Verb does that, but it also has a certain harmonic, delayed harmonic tonality to the proceedings. Don't ask. Just listen. Just listen. If I turn it off, that's what it sounds like without it. And then I'm going to engage it. So there you go, that's what the Shimmer Verb does. And that's what it sounds like with the harmonic frequency activated on the sustainer. And so you can switch in and out of this stuff, and it adds a certain, well, dimension to what you're doing. But Darren, what else were you doing? You were doing more than that. No, I really wasn't. No, there was something else going on in the background as well. And what we have there is another plugin called Valhalla Delay. And what this allows you to do, it's like a whoops, I've just activated it. Whoops. You're going to hear it now. Delay. This is a delay pedal. Basically, it allows you to repeat. As you can hear, it is repeating everything over and over and over and over. So if you play a note, it will repeat for as long as I've set it to. And this is a four head, what they call a head, like it's emulating four tape heads in a classic tape delay. And I've got it set to 20,000 milliseconds, the longest this will do. And yeah, it's basically just emulating a tape delay, a very long tape delay. And so what I'm doing is I'm setting down notes, what I call like bass notes, bass with an E, and then I add notes of harmonic interest higher up the scale, and then I flick the switch and get even more harmonic content. And that with the shimmer verb does what I do, and that's what we're doing here. So it's not looping. It's not looping at all. This is all done on a delay, because if I stop playing, the delay will stop and we will have silence. I've got to continually add to the delay because the delay naturally fades out. And so this is a more dynamic way of creating ambient music. The easier way, of course, would be to use a looper and to just loop notes and play over the top. But with this, I have to continually think about what I'm doing next, and it's a different way of approaching things, and it kind of harks back to my first dalliances with ambient. I guess you'd call it ambient music. Or I didn't have a looper. I don't think there was such a thing back in the when was it? It was 99, I think it was. Yeah, I was using a Line 6 DL4, and there was some really long delay effects that you could initiate, and so I did a whole load of things using that. I did about 4 lots of music where I was just using delay and long delay, long sustained notes, and it's kind of like looping, but it gives you an ambient playground to mess around in. And then in the early 2000s, Boss brought out RC20. I'm thinking that was what it was called, which was a 2-track looper, and then I started using that, and then upgraded to RC30. I can't remember what these things are called, and went in the looping direction. So I'm kind of going back to the old days of using delay. So we'll do a little demo of that, and you can see how that works. So yeah, so that's how that was created. Hopefully that answers your questions and shows you just what I'm doing. Again, something that any of you can do. It's something that, you know, that you can go out there and do. Of course, it helps if you've got the guitar and you've got the effects loops and things, but the skill is, well, I think it helps if you're not a musician. I'm more of a tone shyster. I'm dealing with tone and tonality and trying to create a shifting tonal landscape that's hypnotic. It's meant to do something to your brain. You know, it's what it does to my brain when I'm playing it. It's meant to be transportative. And so, you know, I'm just kind of noodling around in that harmonic area, just trying to make things appear and disappear out of the fog, you know, out of the mist, as it were. So, yeah, that's how. Again, it's very different to when I'm doing things with loops, because you set up a bass loop, which just replays over itself, and then you can, with the guitar solo over the top of it, you can almost get like almost a melodic thing going on there. But it's different. It's more ambient. And so yeah, it's not looping. It's not guitar synth. It's the tone of the guitar going in with like I say, shimmer verb, and this delay pedal doing tape delay effect, not pedal. It's not a pedal. It's all in the box. It's all in Logic Pro. No hardware. That's the beauty of it. So there's no clicks and pops and crackles and, you know, futzes. It's all a lovely clean signal, and it's all done within Logic Pro. I use Logic Pro as the instrument. You know, I use the DAW as the instrument, and this is me, like I say, just playing a guitar into Logic Pro, and that's what comes out of it. And there is no guitar synthesizers, or, you know, we've got moved away from that. Like I say, this is the 21st century guitarist playing. Now, again, you can use guitar synth using MIDI. What's it? I can never remember what the bloody thing's called. MIDI Guitar 2, version 3 beta is out at the moment, and you can use that to trigger any synth plugin, and so you can get more that guitar synth sound. But we're doing this purely with guitar, purely with a little bit of reverb and the tape delay doing all the work in the background to make it sound a bit more ambient. And yeah, hopefully that explains everything. I've done it now. That's it. You don't need me anymore. You can go off and do this on your own. And when I'm dead, you'll be able to watch this and go, God, that's how he did it. That's how he did it. But the thing about ambient music is it's about discipline. It's about playing as fewer notes as you can. And it's about finding the gaps between the notes. You know, and that is the skill. That is the discipline. And it takes a long way. It takes a long time, I think, to get there. You know, I think it can be, you know, it's developing a sense of taste, and you can only do that by practicing. So, like I say, and you don't need all this stuff. You can do this. There are plenty of free plugins out there that you can use, that you can route your guitar. If you use guitar, you don't have to use guitar. You can use keyboard. You can do whatever. You can use your voice if you want. A microphone. There are plenty of free things out there to help you with your journey. Don't be put off. Don't think you have to do what I do. You can do this a different way. That's the beauty of music. It's to find your own way. It's to find your own way in, and to find a working method and a discipline and a craft that will serve you. Hopefully that was of interest. And yeah, if there's any other questions. Oh, people asked, oh, you can do this as an album. I've got many ambient things. I've put a link in the description if you're interested in checking out any of my ambient noodlings over the past 30 years. As for this, yes, I've been threatening a compilation called a history of bleeping and droning for about the last 20 years, and it looks like I might finally have. I don't know. There's a lot of music. Because I do this and put it in a folder. I do this stuff and it goes in the folder, and there's an awful lot of it in folders. So yeah, there will be something one day. I'm just not sure when. But yeah, do check out the links in the description, and you can listen to more burbling. Some of that was with a guitar synth, some of that with a looper. So there's a big variety of stuff. Hopefully this has been interesting for you. Thank you. Ta-ta.